charging a former president of the United States under the Espionage Act of 1917. Espionage, espionage. As Putin said, you are the most vicious president ever. There's never been a president that did this to me, and yet I got along with him, isn't it not? I am not a stupid person. Number one, I'm an honest person, so I wouldn't do it anyway. But when people are on the phone, including many lawyers, do you think many people were on that phone? Many people. Do you think I'm going to say what they'd like to have? And you know, the amazing thing, because of our crazy woke society, and I hate the word woke, actually, because nobody even has a real accurate description. It means a lack of common sense more than anything else. But because of...
Okay, at least he's trying to define it. It's a terrible definition. It doesn't make any sense. But I love that in his stream of consciousness, he can't help but continue to point out that the term he actively uses and will continue to use means literally nothing. It's a grift. He has to say that because Donald Trump loves doing all of this grifty stuff. But when he sees other people doing it, particularly DeSantis, who uses the term woke all the time, it starts to like get under his skin. Like it itches under his skin and he has to try to undercut it. All of that was just utter nonsense. Again, the idea that because other people were on the line with you, it means that if you committed any crimes, it's not a crime anymore. That doesn't make any sense. If Joe Biden was asking Ukraine for $5 million and Rahm Emanuel's on the line, I don't think most Republicans would be like, well, I guess he gets a pass. That's not how that works. The idea that Putin called him vicious, first of all, I don't believe. But if it did happen, I think it happened exactly like Trump said. He's calling me vicious, but we still get along. That has the same exact energy of like a used car dealer being like, oh, you really took me to the cleaners, but I guess you got it, buddy. It's got that energy of like a pat on the head. But anyway, I don't ultimately believe that it happened. He's out of his mind. What do you think, Francesca?
I think it's amazing that he's peddling that he like this guy who I would like that Putin called him vicious and he thinks that's a good thing, even though if Putin had invaded Ukraine under Trump's watch, he would have done absolutely nothing about it.
Yes.
Right? And that like when a dictator calls you vicious and you say that out loud, like, don't you think that's like, it doesn't look good on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, that guy's really scared of me. It's like, it sounds like, no, it kind of sounds like he's making fun of you. It kind of sounds like, oh, look at this tough guy. Just like, there's a few moments in the Trump years, the long 40 Trump years that really stick out, right? Obviously, both, bad people, good people on both sides. But that Helsinki conference with Putin, when he basically slapped his wrist, don't hack our election again. Don't do that. Don't steal our voter rolls. Vicious. He is putty in Putin's hand.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.